1 year ago, Rockstar Games gave us our second Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, which introduced us to Arthur Morgan and the Van der Linde gang. Crazy how time flies, but here we are now, just about 4 weeks away from release. October is going to be one heck of a month, as it seems the next gameplay video probably will come sometime next week, and then we'll obviously get more images and information added to the RDR2 features page, and even more footage with the Red Dead Online and launch trailer coming very soon, which will all lead to the day that we've all been waiting for, which is October 26th. But today we have again new images and gameplay details to discuss and break down, but make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on for all the RDR2 news updates to come, as I have content planned before and after release, like a walkthrough series, and much more. But also make sure to get geared up for this upcoming Western by getting the popular Red Moon or Wanted shirt designs. If you're interested in getting these Red Dead themed t-shirts or any of the other designs, there will be a link in the description. But right now, again, it still is a waiting game on Rockstar. They clearly are marketing this game heavily with some Red Dead themed buses going around and huge posters in cities, but this week started with the focus on RDR2's wildlife. That was our new information, but our latest post was regarding shirts from today, so I can only hope next week is when we'll be getting the next gameplay video. Not really sure what Rockstar is waiting on, but we're nearing 2 months since our gameplay introduction video, and I really can't see them waiting any bit longer to release it. Now furthermore, we again have received new images, thanks as usual to the GTA forums who pointed this out, but Business Insider just days ago went and played Red Dead Redemption 2. Within their preview of the game, they included one never before seen image of Valentine, and I believe 3 images we have seen before, but they were altered to look like old-fashioned postcards from that time period, but now they're just the original unaltered in-game screenshots. Anyway, the first image shows another angle of Valentine, which is the town we've seen Rockstar focus a ton of their marketing efforts on. A lot of the action and screenshots have come from this one large town, which in a way serves as the armadillo for Red Dead Redemption 2, I guess that's what you could call it. But yeah, this image shows off the local gunsmith and a law office in the background, while the focus is on the stagecoach that I believe Arthur Morgan is on, alongside a few unknown characters. The next image we have is of the massive city of RDR2, and that is Saint Denis. And with this image now unaltered, you'll notice just how alive it is. Interestingly, the center building, which possibly is called Spalding's, well, this is based off of the Mercier Exchange, a real-life building which was built in 1887 but destroyed in 1907. This discovery was made by GTA forum user Sneaky Deaky, and from this it appears Rockstar is trying to somewhat recreate late 19th century New Orleans, with some of its most notable buildings. Moving on, next we get another image of Valentine, this time just outside of town, in which clearly what is being shown is somewhere we probably will be able to buy and sell livestock. But to our last image, that is of the town of Rhodes, and if you look very closely in the far background, you'll see Arthur Morgan, as well as the town's bank, which was shown in the pre-order bonuses back in June, as a place that eventually gets robbed by Arthur Morgan and other members of Dutch's gang. So a last second update, it appears that Rockstar Games isn't ending the week with those t-shirts, but there's been some more images that just got released. So as most of you know, this week's been all about the wildlife. Rockstar gave a ton of details on that within their features page, and I believe Tuesday they also gave us some new images which showed a Gila monster, bison, turkey vulture, fox, and a few other animals. But now, here on Friday, we have gotten 6 more images of 6 different animals. So first we have is a grizzly bear looking terrifying as usual, an animal that I don't think a lot of us would want to just walk upon. And if you look to the background, there actually appears to be a bird, that may be a duck or a goose, I'm not quite sure, but a great image here. And next, speaking of a terrifying animal, we have an alligator who's just about to get into the water. Looking to the gameplay video, there certainly was one interaction that Arthur Morgan had with an alligator that kind of came out of the blue, so I could imagine just riding on your horse and just out of the blue this animal attacks. But next we have is a raccoon who's traveling to the other side of, I guess, a little river, or maybe just some small puddle, I can't really tell. But I will note, I've been saying this about all the animals, but I just love the design and the detail that went into them. But next we get a look at a cat who I guess just killed a bird. Not much else you can really say, but hey, there's kitty cats in the game. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet. The next image we have is an eagle who looks like it just swooped down and grabbed a fish, which actually in a little bit, there's an interaction that I bring up that kind of brings up a similar situation, so that's very cool. And next, the last image we have is just a bunch of wild horses that we probably can tame, buy, sell, or just appreciate from afar as they run by. But I will say it certainly is great that Rockstar Games ended this week with a little bit of a bang. I was kind of hoping for a gameplay announcement, we didn't get that, but this is something. Hopefully next week we do get the next gameplay video, but nonetheless, let's get back to the rest of this video. But as I mentioned just a minute or two ago, more previews like the one from Business Insider have continued coming. Rockstar Games seems to have these hands-on previews continuing to take place, and just yesterday, Red Bull, PC Gamers Hardware, Gamers Global, Future 5, VG Games, and Business Insider published their previews from the game. The important thing to note is each of these publications have played the same demo but have had different interactions and experiences, which is thanks to how dynamic NPCs' reactions and actions are to what each player does. Now, some of the notable new gameplay and overall details is that the demo that all the press has been playing is apparently a debug version made 2 months ago, not the final product. What Rockstar Games has been working on as of late is bug fixes and improving facial animations, which we'll see in the final version that comes in just a few more weeks. But in one of the previews I saw criticism regarding facial animations. The previewer felt some of the NPC faces didn't look all that detailed compared to the main cast, so I guess this new information is some good news. Furthermore, it was noted that Dutch's gang features over 25 members, and one of which is actually Arthur Morgan's ex, and their relationship apparently is not all that great. Interestingly, if you find or obtain a new hat, you have to wear it for a period of time before it becomes your permanent hat. If you upgrade Dutch van der Linde's personal tent in the gang's camp, you'll unlock a map at your tent that will let you go to any settlement you've previously visited via a cutscene of Arthur Morgan riding there, so this essentially is one way to fast travel. We know swimming will be included, but up to this point all we know is that Arthur can't swim all that great. Some other previews have mentioned that he can actually dive, which may confirm no underwater exploration. Susan Grimshaw, who serves as the camp's leader, will donate money to buy new supplies or improve the camp. This will give Arthur access to special types of ammunition or even better food, which gives us a short boost to the Deadeye system or to our stamina meter. Cuts and bruises form during fights, so if Arthur Morgan punches someone in the face, their skin will be visibly damaged. In the Deadeye mode, you can roll and dive while shooting. Deadeye now has 5 levels. Level 1 allows for a slowdown, level 2 allows you to paint targets and unleash a barrage of shots, level 3 allows you to manually pick your shooting points, and level 4 and 5 haven't been detailed yet. You can spin revolvers when putting them away. Morale is said to be very important, and alcohol helps raise that. Arthur Morgan can choose to focus on a nearby animal like a bison, and can choose the study option, which has the animal added to a running compendium, which includes details on each animal we discover. A dynamic weather system brings pouring rain, scorching sun rays, and brutal blizzards to the vast world of RDR2. Mountains actually rise above the clouds, and lastly, again, we have even more details on NPC interactions. First, Gamers Global brings up a situation that following Arthur Morgan and other gang members triggering a huge bar fight and a saloon. Since then, the establishment is closed until further notice. It's even said one of the consequences of this fight that we caused is that a retailer at a nearby store explicitly denies us the opportunity to do business with them because of the incident. A previewer witnessed a snake on the side of a road, and soon after an eagle swooped down and grabbed it. That same previewer later encountered a barking dog in which they approached and petted. Soon after, once they moved on, they noticed the dog followed them until the dog found something more interesting to do. And lastly, they also noted in the middle of wandering around they found an amputated leg in which they chose to follow the blood trail and saw a man hanging under a bridge with only his upper body and a big white message on the bridge which said, "See what I did?" So probably a crazy person. But everything I keep hearing about this game makes me just a little bit more excited. These NPC interactions are some of the coolest things from all the preview details that we've discussed these last few weeks, because they're so dynamic but featuring so much depth. In most games you encounter an NPC and at most they may make a remark on what you're doing, but that's it. there's just little depth. Rockstar truly has created a revolutionary open world title that we're going to get our hands on in just a few more weeks. There's just so many small details that maybe the average gamer may not recognize or care for, but it has me excited. I just recall IGN recently discussing how after hunting a deer, the blood from the animal was all over Arthur's jacket and his horse. Once he made it into town, NPCs looked disgusted and made negative remarks. Another preview mentioned riding through a forest and Arthur getting clotheslined by a tree branch. It's just truly amazing the lengths that Rockstar went to make this game so alive and realistic. Anyway guys, we discussed a whole ton of new Red Dead Redemption 2 details, so make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and also consider subscribing for much more Red Dead Redemption 2 content to come, as I'm one of your best sources on this upcoming game, and remember, Outlaws for life.